crowns up. I wear my crown. Welcome to the No Crowns Tilted podcast. Today we're going to be diving into unhappily marriages, unhappily relationships, but you still feel content in a relationship. I'm your host, Kia Bia, and along with me is my six beautiful co-hosts. Introduce yourselves, ladies.
Hi, I'm Deborah.
Hey y'all already know what it is. It's your girl Slim.
It's me, your girl Unique.
I'm BB with the T.
It's your girl Jazz, aka Chocolate Honey.
Yo, y'all know it's Keto Low. We all about that dojo.
I love that. I love that.
Well, y'all, so as y'all already know, the main topic today is unhappily marriages, unhappily relationships. How y'all feel about that? Kiss.
To be honest, I don't even know how to answer that or have my opinion on it because to me that seems kind of stupid to be somewhere where you're not happy but you're content because why you're content. It makes no sense to me.
So I feel like some people stay in a relationship with people because what they can get out the relationship or what the other person can do for them, right? So some people be in a relationship for 10, 12, 15 years only because they man is paying all the bills and they don't want to start all over. Even though I'm not happy with you, but I'm not going to start all over either because I know another man is not going to treat me the way you're treating me, or vice versa. The other woman ain't going to treat me the way you're treating me, or I'm not going to the same response that I'm getting from you out this relationship with nobody else. So I'm gonna be unhappy, but I'm gonna
So
stay.
why not just get out of the relationship and do for yourself?
Yes, I mean,
people-
we say
My
that.
people
And
say
then
they do
date.
that too, man. Duh, they don't want to do that. They want to stay where they
Some
at,
people
Because
where
they
they
think
feel
content, they
good.
don't start
see,
over.
to start over. Some people like, no, they don't want to start a dating scene. They think they're too old to
They
start over. Cause look
scared.
how the lady too old. Look at how old I am trying to date, go on a date. And these days, you scared. Shoot. I mean, scary now. It ain't dating like back then where men actually took you on a date. Now you got to meet him at the gas station and all his friends on the date too. And it's like, so they just like, I just stick with my man and keep it pushing.
Yeah, some people don't want to start it. People scared to start over.
But that's why, like,
Oh,
for a lot of women, you got to do for yourself because you can't, to be in a relationship and be in that relationship solely because you're
exactly.
depending on this man. I think about when I think of situations like that, I think about like Kamora Lee Simmons, right? She was in this relationship, but this girl was out there hustling. She was learning everything she can learn from Russell Simmons in order to start her own empire. So if you're going to be in a relationship, especially with a powerful person, I feel like you should learn all you can so that you can put yourself in a position to where you don't need him for that no more. You know, you might
Mhm.
get in a
Exactly.
relationship for that reason, but eventually you are self-sufficient enough to be able to hold your own at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I couldn't see myself in a relationship where I'm not happy, but I'm here just because you paying a bill. That makes no sense to me.
Well,
Yeah.
my, a
Mhm.
lot of people don't make sense. The way people think is not for the way people think is really crazy. But yeah, I can't settle, and I don't think I could be just content. If I'm not happy, I'm not happy. I can't hide that I'm not happy.
They
But
gonna see it.
And
I
you know what
just
too? Like a lot of females don't know their self-worth. You know what I'm saying? They don't know, their self-worth. They have low self-esteem. So a lot of times they be good with how a person is treating them and stuff like that. So they just sit and they just settle for stuff, you
mhm.
know? Yeah, that's what I think. But I think that's just the stupidest thing ever.
They
Yeah.
give it brokey.
So
Cause
y'all
you,
never. So not now, of course now, because everybody grown, everybody But younger, have y'all done that? Been with
No.
somebody like when you know how they say you young and dumb.
I
Nah.
Have
I,
you ever?
I did that
Nah.
before, but not now.
I never did that. No.
I
Yeah.
Well,
done.
I was.
I feel like everybody did that, Mar. You say
Yeah,
you
I've
have
done it.
Nah,
you've been with
I
somebody.
never just been with because I never was in relationships like that when I was younger that I had to just settle for stuff like that because I was doing my own thing, you know what I'm saying?
But it's
Like
not
so I
necessarily what they can do for you, sometimes like you don't want to
But
start
a
over.
lot of times a lot of times men get intimidated too. Like if you're doing your own thing, a lot of times, but back then, a lot of times guys used to be like, oh, she doing her own thing. So, because I had a guy that I was dealing with and he was jealous because I was making more money than he was making. And he was jealous. So like, why would I want to be with somebody like that? You know what
I
I'm
But
would
that's,
saying?
say
that's
not so
a
much
guy can.
like staying content, but like I would say I have somebody that like cheated on me and I just kept staying there. But
Right.
it wasn't so
Wait,
much like, wanting to stay there. I don't know.
wait, you said
It's
kept staying there, so he cheated more than once?
yeah, like I kept having somebody cheat.
But you
But
don't
Right.
leave because
no,
you're content with
But
that
that's
person.
that's
huh?
because you said that.
I said, but you don't leave because that's being content with that person. So that's just saying like I'm not gonna leave you because even though you're doing me wrong, but I'm content with you. Like I'm used to you. I know the type of man you are, so I'm not gonna go and find another man because I just don't want to do that. That's being content. As I said, it's not necessarily about money or what a person could do. Everybody, I feel like everybody been stayed with somebody even though they was unhappy, but stayed
I
with
was
Why?
somebody.
content
Hey,
until I wasn't content no more because I
but
started
what
cheating
made you
back.
stay? What made you stay though? Like, if after
You
the
want to
second
know?
time
So
he cheated, why'd you stay after at least the second time? Like you forgave the first time, but then he did it again. So what
because
made
then
you?
it's just like I just started cheating too, and it was just
Oh,
like
You so
when
perfect.
you with somebody and you have a good like bond and relationship with them, it don't so happen. Like I don't know how to put it. Like we just was in a relationship, and I knew you was cheating. I don't know why I stayed. Honestly, I think it
You
was
could
being
Yeah.
young and dumb, like Jazz said.
Better.
So when you found out, right? He knew that you knew. Like, did you say something every time you found out he
Not in the
cheated, or
well, not in the beginning, no. In the beginning, no, because I wasn't really like bringing it to the air, and then eventually I was like, I know that you've been cheating and blah blah blah, and then he found out. But then I started cheating, and it just was like we were just cheating, but we still was together, and it don't make sense to me now that I'm bringing it up. But
But that's being
that's
content
what it
with somebody.
that's what
But
it
I
was at the. And then I think it was so much like he was like the known boy, and I used to like to date people who was like well known and who was like in the mix all the time. Like I don't know why I
yeah,
Oh,
then
was
that's why you
yeah.
got
attracted
cheated
sometimes.
on because everybody wanted him, and
cause you just walk around looking crazy, knowing and he was
Yeah, I
young.
don't know why I was attracted to boys like that, but
She's attracted to
now,
bad boys.
yeah, but now, no. Once you cheat, it's over for you. That's it. I don't
I,
care how content,
no
how happy.
chances.
No, yeah, no. Is that's a dub.
I stayed in a relationship because I didn't want to listen to my father's rules, and I was getting my behind to her.
Yeah, that's being because that's what I'm saying. Women get
I
abused.
didn't.
They
I could
don't.
have went home. I just did. I was so grown at the time. Like I wanted to be grown, so I'd rather stay there and take up with what he was doing
That's crazy.
and
I
all
never
that.
had nobody
And
to
that
hit on
was just
me.
stupid. And
I
that
feel
was just
like if they
stupid.
had to hit on me, like we didn't need to be together. I've never been
But
in a relationship back in the days with nobody that ever had to feel that they had to put their hands on me.
wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait. She said she's you when I V. You said you stayed with the guy. Wait, say that again. I missed
I
that.
stayed with the guy because I didn't want to listen to my father's rules. He told me to come in the house at certain time, and I'm 23 years old. I have never been on nobody curfew. I
But
just
the guy was
still went to
hitting on
somebody's
you.
house, and I still had to be in a certain time. So it was like,
Oh, but the guy was hitting you. Like
yeah,
he was abusive.
You
yeah,
didn't want
So
to
you
deal with
read
your father, but you deal with an
and
abusive
the
man.
right,
right,
yeah.
but
So
he
that
was
was
controlling
stupid.
too. So you still couldn't stay outside. So what was the
But
difference?
that's what I wasn't thinking about that. As long as I didn't have to do what my dad was telling me to do, I didn't give a dang on what was going on. and I
Oh
mean,
Wow.
wow.
I
That's
was 23,
crazy.
so I still was learning, and I still was just,
Yeah,
trying to.
like you said, when you're young, you're dumb, you don't know no better. But once the light bulb come on,
I was
Ain't
in
no
a whole
playing.
I was in a whole relationship where if he got mad at me, his punishment to me, he would take all my jewelry. 'Cause I used to be back in the day, I had all the big door knockers and all that
You
stuff.
sure did.
Mhm.
So he would be mad if he. It was almost like put me on punishment, like I was a kid. Like it was the worst relationship I've ever been in. It's the same dude that shot me that y'all know about, but
Right.
it was so. I do not know what in the world was in me to stay there. It was the absolute worst relationship I've ever been in, and I was real young. And I say, even after we broke up, I said I wanted to warn women to not get involved with this man because it was that bad. But
Mm.
for some reason, I could not leave. Like we'd fight, we'd break up, we'd be mad at each other. And even after he shot me, I still on the phone calling him trying to find out when he gonna pick me up from my grandmother's house. Like I don't
Mm-mm.
know. I don't know why we think that way as women. Like you would sit there and take it like and he
You be
wasn't like hard.
unhappy, but you be still content, and you
Right,
content
but I
that.
wasn't content. That's the thing. I wasn't content. I wasn't happy. I didn't love him. I don't know what in the world made me stay with this dude
The
because
roots, put the
I
roots
How
on
don't
long
you.
you
know.
was
For
with
some
him?
reason,
I was
it's like you be stuck. You just be stuck in. Do I leave? Do I stay? You just stuck in the middle. Cause
it was
I
I was
I
with him for
get
3
it,
years.
but once the light bulb come on, and like I tell people all the time, uh, know how a man treats other people, and that'll show you how he would treat you. And
You
Or his
trust me,
mama.
I should have learned that long time ago. Because when it happened to me when I was much younger, oh, he used to talk bad to his sister, talk bad to his mother, and I ain't paying no mind. I'm like, I'm just in love. And if
not
I'd have known
ooh.
that,
That,
like, oh, I'm in love. And I ain't even think. But baby, shit, if I'd have
Mm.
known that when I saw the red flags, I would have never been in a relationship like that. Never.
Don't
You know why a lot of people stay too? Because of the good D. People be staying because the D be good and
Yeah.
they don't be wanting to leave.
Ain't no
I
D in the
mean that
world make you
too,
stay for that.
but
Like
I
But
don't think we
exactly.
just
You
that
can make
stupid.
yourself feel better than anybody.
No, that
I don't
most
think we were that dumb, was we?
nah, most people be staying
No,
because that
No,
I ain't
but
never
that's
been in
true
no
though,
abusive
Aquia.
no,
relationship
it
but
though.
it
is.
Thank
is.
God.
But Vanessa, I'd rather that be my reason for staying than just to say I ain't want to listen to my father.
You had to bust me out.
But you
Yeah, he
but
telling you
you
the same thing your father telling you, but you got to stay with him and he hitting you.
but the crazy thing is, Mom,
It
like
was
you
the
said,
D, I guess.
so you said like you said, Mom, the light bulb came on for me. After I was through with that relationship, you would have thought the light bulb came on, but my very next relationship after that was the same thing. And it's
Mm.
like, but now, them was the only two in my life, but when you think back on stuff like that, like now I would never stay in a relationship that I'm just content in. Like I was in a marriage, I wasn't happy. I stayed long as I did for the sake of the kids because he was a good man and I didn't want to take the kids away from him because I knew the kids was coming with me. So that's why I stayed as long as I did. But I definitely wasn't happy. I started once you start sleeping on the couch instead of in the bed. I used to
Yeah.
take sleeping pills every night just to go to sleep because I didn't want to. I just wanted to go to sleep, wake up the next day, and go to work. Like I was taking sleep. I was drinking wine every day. Like it was just so much of an out of body me that I knew I have to get out of this because I'm a firm believer of if you keep doing the same thing year after year after year after year, how are you going to keep complaining? Like you can't complain this year about something that happened last year, but then next year you're going to complain about something that happened this year. At some point, you just
Exactly.
got to call it quits.
I never understood
Exactly.
that. I know women always sit there when they like okay, they catch their man cheating and they start telling on the business. You wasn't this, but you wasn't that, but you were with him for 5 years, so you knew this before he went to go cheat. Like you knew he was broke, you knew he didn't have no money. Like so, what
Yeah.
That
you calling
too.
him out for?
They,
Yeah.
You got
they
the
ain't
money to
shit.
Yeah.
call him out for nothing.
a lot of people settle. A lot of women settle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
A lot of
do.
people.
Yeah.
And
But it was
not to take away from like people that been in abusive relationships, even though I've never been in one, thank God. But I never understand like why females stay with guys that abuse them.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
I
Me
never
neither. I can't
understood
get
that.
that.
I and I've
Yeah,
been in an abusive relationship when I was younger, and I didn't understand it either. And till this day, I still don't understand it. Even out of it, and that was
Man,
like a
but they
couple of
say
decades
love can
ago.
do some crazy
And
things,
love,
boy.
And
But
I
love
still
is
don't know
blind.
why I stayed.
Yeah.
I still don't know. I
but
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
saying because I was scared when I always said, "You ain't no nigga gonna put his hands on me as I watch TV." I wish that would have been me, and I was right there looking stupid. I was in the back. I'm like, I thought you said it wasn't gonna be you. Like
but
Mm.
I was
but
talking to
trust and
myself.
believe, it was a one and done for me. And when I got out, I stayed out. I
Mm.
took
but
Right,
that
interviews.
right. Some
from
people
then
don't make it
on.
out.
I mean, I took
Thank you.
interviews intensively.
But that's why they say, like, you never know a situation unless you're in it. Like, you can't judge people when they're in a situation if it didn't happen to you. Because,
Yeah,
we look back and we're like, oh, that'll never happen to me. I could never be in a situation like that.
Mhm.
But when you're in the situation, I don't
That's
know,
what
you're
it
not thinking logically or something
you
like that
don't.
because
You
But for
don't.
me,
it's no reason for you to stay because now when I look at stuff like that, like I see shows and I see reality shows or whatever, and the man beating a woman or whatever, and I'm sitting there like, why are you still there? But then I'm thinking like, dang, I was that person. I was there, and
is.
I
That,
still
Yeah,
to this day don't have a real reason as to why I stay because it wasn't a good deed. He ain't had no money. He ain't had no good job.
exactly.
He ain't
Right.
have a place to stay. Like
Right.
I
Yeah,
think when you're young, because your mind is so impressionable to things, I think you
right.
just do just
you
because
were
you think
just
at
in
that time
love.
that's right. I don't
That's
okay,
the
know.
for
only thing I
me,
can think of is love.
it was in the beginning, you really honestly believe that they're not going to do it again. And they do it again. And then you think they're not
Yeah,
going to do it again, but then they do it again. So in the
Hmm.
beginning, that was my reasons because I really thought it wasn't going to happen again, but then it kept happening.
Mm.
Then by the time it kept happening, it's like, all right. Not that it's too late, but it's like too
Mm-hmm.
late. Like, you deal with it, you win it. But
Like that.
Yeah.
it's like you stuck. It's like you in quicksand and you're trying to get out, but you can't get out. You just
Mm-hmm.
stuck.
And
Mm.
it's so weird because why can't you get out? Like I don't know. Now that I think back on it, why? What in the world? Like
Exactly.
Mm.
Because
why
they
was I
threaten
there?
you, try to kill you. Like, people believe them when
All
they
that.
threaten. All that, I'll kill your family and all, and you,
This
all that
Oh,
type
man,
of
I
stuff.
ain't never get that deep.
let me tell you, this man shot me. He pointed the gun at my chest, and
Like
I
that.
hit the gun. That's the only reason why I went off on my foot. I didn't think it was really. I'm like, oh, it was really loaded. Like you was serious, dead ass about to shoot me, and
I
That's
wish I
but
scary.
had. Mm.
I still at my grandmother's house. My grandmother took me from the hospital, and I'm on the phone with, when you coming to get me? Like a fool. Like what in the
Yeah.
world? I don't know
And
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
it's something it's just something in the lies that
Yeah,
just
I
held
think
you
with
I
alone.
you,
think,
I think with you, I think you probably was just so much scared. Being so young and that already happened to you, I think you was just scared because there's no way
That's what I'm
possible you just
saying.
gonna just keep
That got to
staying
be
for
the
that.
only reason, because there's
Yeah, I
no
think you
way
was
in the
just
world.
scared.
but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you lucky because, like, in the movies and stuff and, like, stories that we read about, hear about in the news, that happened to people, like, almost about to kill them and stuff like that. Then they
Mm-hmm.
go back and then they really do it the next
Yeah.
time. So
Hmm.
you
Mm.
were
Yep.
actually lucky.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I still
Yeah.
can't remember to this day what really made me leave for good. I think what really made me leave for good is when I met my oldest son. When I met him, I think that's when I knew, okay, I'm leaving, but not knowing the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know because I left him in this situation. And in the beginning, you was giving me all these flowers and stuff like that. Everything was all good, but then you turned out to be the same daggone way. So it
Mm.
was like the
Hmm.
same thing. It's like, dang, was I just young and vulnerable? Like people just felt like I was just that girl. You could just do
But how did
whatever,
they let you leave?
huh?
Because usually they control it. So how were you able
Because
to meet your oldest son father and to
so
leave?
I was living with him. Now, mind you, not just him, his mother, his brothers, all that. I was living with them in Fort Greene, and then when after I got shot, um, I went to live with my grandmother at the time, and I was going to school. And when I met my old Dede's father, he used to be like, "You wearing all them big chains and all that stuff." So one day I wore his chain to school, and I'm at school, and the guy that shot me was showed up at my school. And he wanted me to go with him around the corner because I really feel like the boy was going to kill me because he told me he had a gun. He was threatening me. I got a gun. You better follow me. Hell no, I'm not following you. So I ran the opposite way. But then he called me to him, I'm about to kill myself. I said, please, dude. Like, just
Damn.
take me out of my,
Not
like, it was that
please
bad.
do.
Like, I felt like for me, the only way to escape him was for him to pass away. And I don't wish death on nobody, but I felt like at that time, that was my only way of escaping this man because he was not going to let me go. And that was, grandma saw him. He put his hands on me outside the projects that time. And she come running downstairs with scissors in her hand. And I think after that, he really realized, yo, this girl's really gone. And eventually it just died down. But then here I met this one, and I'm back in the same old cycle all over again. Now here I go again with this dude, and
But this
now
time
I
you just
gotta
had a
find my
baby.
escape plan for this one. So
Guess
And
how,
this time you just had a baby, so you stayed even longer probably.
exactly, the only thing that saved me from him is he went to jail. That was it. and that's what saved me from. That's how I was able to break up with him. Because by the time he went to jail, I had already met my husband and was about to get married and stuff like that. So you coming home ain't nothing.
Mm.
Well, I'm glad you're still here with us, and I'm glad that
I am
happened
I
too.
know, cause I just
Right.
at
keep
that
thinking
time.
about this, and
Cause
like I'm really thinking about it. It got me messed up. Like,
Yeah.
But see, that's why you got to take interview. I mean, you got to really, really interview these guys.
but sometimes you
Girl,
can
Really.
interview them and it
And they
still don't
you
work.
oh yeah,
They'll
might not
be
even
that
know
person for
they,
nobody.
a couple of months, and
yeah,
that
they
is the
line the
wrap.
job girl like I do all the time. I go
that's what
there and
I'm
eat, and they
saying.
be like,
Yeah.
you can fix some tracks. I be like, yep,
Yeah.
sure. They think like, oh shit,
The
People
only thing
always
I
bring
could,
their best self to the interview. They always
Yeah.
bring their
all the
best self to
time.
the interview.
Yeah,
You
I
Yeah.
know,
because
know,
you
I know
can
you being a
interview
nerd.
them without them knowing they're being interviewed. If
But
you
that'll
even
work.
something normal, then you watch.
but
You
then a
look for
month
clues.
later,
You just look
here
Yeah,
for
y'all
yeah.
go.
signs.
But in the
That'll
beginning, they
work.
on their best behavior.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just like they know, just like you're watching them, they act in a certain way to get you to like
It's
them. You
like
know
they
what I
on a
mean?
60-day
So
probation.
yeah,
Right.
They gonna
but
act
you know how many
right.
times you go to work early? When I first started a job, I go to work early on time all the time. After
Yeah.
that 90-day probation is over, I'm calling out. I'm late. I'm leaving early. It's there.
Yeah.
The same.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's the same way.
But that's why
Yeah.
like a lot of these celebrities and people with money and people with power and you know thinking about like Melania Trump. Now you know damn well this lady do not love this man. Ain't no way you can love this man.
I
She's
wonder
There's
what
content
I
though.
no way.
really be wondering what she thinking.
Content.
Like, do
She
she lay there and be like, "This
this
motherfucker
lady
stupid"? Like,
ain't
you
no
see me?
way. There's
She is
no
very
way in
much
the world this lady can love this man. I guarantee you, Trump probably got to tell her, if you stay with me through this next election, I will give you $1 billion. Like it gotta be
Like
monetary. It gotta
something.
be something to it. There's
That's
no
her
way you
being
can tell
content because she getting paid.
that part. She's very content. She like, I'm
because
Like,
living this lifestyle. I'm good. I'm content.
Yeah.
But
she like
you looking
Martian.
crazy out here in these streets.
Because she do look miserable when she with him, though.
Very,
Yes, she
very
do. She
miserable.
there's
do.
a
No,
lot of
especially
people
you
that's
know.
together. You be like, yo, you look, you know
Look,
you
blink
miserable.
twice.
There's a lot of people.
Wait, what's
If
that?
you say,
You look miserable.
What's
if
that
you
hand thing? Y'all know it's a hand thing that they
Yeah,
do if a
it's like
person
that,
not say,
just like
yeah,
that.
if they do like this, you know they not. So you like Melania, do like this.
right,
Yeah,
blink twice,
Yeah.
something.
they
You
doing
want to
Yeah.
them.
know what's so
Happy
crazy? Before I met my daughter father, I was in another relationship before that, right?
you got a lot of relationships.
And
Right, because you about to be
yeah,
30 something.
I was. But before I was in that relationship, I was in another relationship, and I want to say like I was content too in that relationship only because like he had everything, like everything I ever wanted, and no other guy was. Yeah, so
When
before
you
I
met
had
your
got with my daughter father, I was in another relationship, and I was content with him. I feel like because he treated me like I was getting anything that I ever wanted. Like he had all the money in the world. I was able to do whatever, fly wherever, do whatever I wanted to do.
mm,
And then it just dawned on me because it was just like, all right, he's a little older than you, like very much older than you, and he's more of like he's treating me like a daughter, like a father figure. Like I feel like I was just
mhm,
there, like, oh, this is just a father figure to me. Like he know more than I know, and this, that, and that. And then when I met my daughter father, I'm like, let me see who I want to pick and choose. Do I want to pick somebody that's on my age level, that's on my level? Like we don't really got much, and should I start over and then not like focus on person that already could give me is what whatever he could give me. Most females would have just stayed with the one who
mhm,
was giving them everything
Mm.
that they could give them. But it's like I felt like I was in a relationship with you outside of town, but not in a relationship with you like in New York, where you from.
oh
So I was
wow.
just like, you know what? Let me just go try something else, and that's how I met my daughter father, and that's how everything went. It just went like, let me just start all over fresh with somebody that's compared to me, and we build each other up like that. I don't got to worry about this person having more money than that person, and
But
yeah,
did you
How
like him?
old
Like
was he?
I like yeah, I liked him,
so
but
you
we
let
was
that be the reason because
How
you knew
old
he was
was he?
older when y'all met though.
Right.
no, but the real reason was I wasn't feeling like I was in a relationship with him. Like after a point in time, it was like I didn't care about the money. I really wanted a relationship. Like I wanted to start having kids. I wanted to be married. He didn't want none of that. He was just like nah, like we just gonna get this money together, and then it's just gonna be like that. Like
Right.
So I was like, I ain't want that no more because if I feel like we in a relationship out of town, I don't know what you could be doing out here. And it was just like at a point, just like I'm getting older. Like I need to find somebody who really want to be with me and not just want to be with me when we away or whatever the case is.
Right.
So that's how I ended up saying, nah, let me just leave.
Mhm.
What you
Say
said?
I say greener on the other
So how
side.
did he feel about you leaving him? Like did he
You
try
know
to
what's so
stop you?
crazy? Because he's a gangster and he cried.
Oh,
So you
He
think
cr-
he cried because you was a good business partner? Y'all got that money together, or
probably both. I think he
I think a
cried
mixture
because
of everything.
yeah, I think it was both because he started to realize like even though I was younger than him, I still had like my own head on my shoulders. I was always like
Like
doing whatever.
cooking and doing. She
Yeah,
was
I was
handling
doing stuff that
business.
like that grown woman was doing. So it was like I think he
mm,
realized like this about to be going. He ain't never really had nobody that cooked for him, but this was always stuff that was happening out of town. It never was really
mm,
happening in New York. Like I'll cook in my house in New York, but it'd be like, oh, bring me a plate across the street or something. Like so it was like, nah, I can't just do that. Like I want to feel more loved. I want more attention. Like I want it
right.
everywhere, not just in this one state or wherever the case is. So, but I ain't gonna lie, when I heard that grown man crying on that phone, I was shocked. And I ain't even turned back because I could have turned back. But then I had the other one crying and like, oh, I feel like we was in a relationship first and da da da.
Like
So
So
crying.
let me ask y'all: Had in any of the relationships y'all went in, did y'all take something from each relationship
Yeah, we
that
take
you
something from
apply
every
to
relationship.
your life now?
You
Absolutely.
sure
I
do.
take stuff from each relationship, but I wish I didn't like I take stuff from each relationship, but I just wish I never like used it in a relationship, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know what you mean.
you know, when you like, say for instance, like with a play fighting situation, right? Say I like to play with my hands a lot. I'm doing it with this one person that like to challenge me and play fight or whatever, but then you go to another relationship and this other person really don't like that. And it's just like, oh, you play fighting with your hands too much. Or say if you cursing in at this relationship and you calling this person all out their name, but they not caring or not taking real heed to it, and then you take it in another relationship and then you just start cursing out that person. And they like, listen, I'm not putting up with this too much. Like, I don't know what you was in your other relationship, but you can't do this with me. So it's like I learned a lot from like being in one relationship and like doing that or mistreating another person and then taking it to another relationship. I wish I wouldn't have never like,
Yeah.
just start off fresh, like take it and like keep it in your head, but like don't do it to the actual person. Like
right,
if I'm making any sense here.
yeah.
Yeah. It
I
Yeah,
actually
'cause
It
My
actually
thing,
made me bitter. I was really bitter going from, I took something from every relationship, but all it did was made me more bitter. Like, it was like, I'm here in the first one, and then I leave the other one, and it's just more stuff that I'm not dealing with added on. Then I leave another one, get in another one, that's more stuff I'm not adding on. To the point where I literally, my mother said she stopped wanting to meet my boyfriends because I was just going to drop them like Black Widow Spider. Because I had zero tolerance. I took nothing from no
I
man.
know
Like
that's right.
I don't give a damn if what it was. I
You don't
took
have to.
zero crap.
You do not
But
have
I took it into every relationship. I learned something, and I took it in. And I actually came into this one with that same stuff, but he just kind of flipped me around and made me realize, girl, you
I
better
bet he
fix it.
did.
You
I
know what
bet
I'm
he did
saying?
flip
So
you around and made you
it
realize.
was like I took baggage into it until right now it's at a ceiling, and I just stopped because I had to really realize like, why am I doing people like this? I was doing men so dirty. Like I never been faithful, not in no relationships. Like I was doing men dirty,
I
and
mm,
I
know
just had
that's
to
right.
stop that because I mean I ain't no spring chicken. Like I can't keep doing that. So old
exactly.
crap.
That shit get
Can't
tired.
you can't
Very,
get
very
cluttered around
No,
tired.
here.
Yeah, you can't keep
grandma.
up no more with that shit.
Yeah,
I
absolutely not.
think I think people take like baggage, but I feel like you're supposed to always make your next person better. Like so
Exactly. And I did the opposite.
being that you
Yeah.
knew you knew this whatever you learned from this relationship, I feel like your next relationship, you're supposed to make him better. You're supposed to make each other better. But
You're right.
Right.
I also feel like a lot of females, they when they got daddy issues, they tend to look
Yeah,
for
that
certain
is true.
things inside of relationships that they don't have, they never had growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people be unhappy because they looking for the wrong things in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Can be true, but
That's why you
you
know what?
got men.
That.
that
That's
beat in they kids' life, and they still turn out like, you know. So
but
I
you
don't
know what
know.
though? That's why I never understood why do females call they boyfriend or something
Daddy.
daddy? Like
I ain't calling
why
no
is
nigga
that?
daddy. I don't even
That
want to call
is
my
the most
daddy daddy.
asinine thing I've ever
I
heard.
never
Me
understood
too.
that.
That's
But I
stupid.
think it's a
That's
term of
real dumb.
endearment. I don't think they really mean you
But
my
Ain't
but
daddy.
no
Like
way.
daddy,
But
men,
daddy.
that's
I
just
think
like
it's a
calling
term of
your nigga
endearment.
baby. He ain't your, like, why you call baby?
Yeah.
You know, it's just a word, you know?
Yeah,
Exactly. He
Like,
not
not
your
wham
baby. Why he
wham,
can't
but
be your
he
daddy?
But
right.
I'm
like,
He
with
ain't
you
your
now,
now
daddy.
before I can
my
see
my
daddy.
dad is my dad, and I do not equate my dad with sex. Period.
exactly.
But
That's
I
That's
would
that's
say
weird.
just
That's
so
what
baby
I'm
stupid
neither
to me.
though.
exactly my
But you don't
That's
equate
yeah.
your
weird.
baby with sex either. But you'll call him baby.
Well,
No,
I
I
call
I
mean,
him
call
baby,
Pinky Butt, so
but baby
anybody
is like
got
I
that?
think
not
I
you
don't know.
know.
I just think baby is a
It's
little
the same
different.
thing. Come here,
no.
baby. Yeah.
But
No,
Yeah,
I don't
now,
get
daddy.
asked
daddy,
like
Me and my
Daddy's so
husband, our
different.
terms to each other is hun.
mm,
And
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
okay.
know, maybe we sticky or whatever the fuck. It's sweet or whatever. But
That's what
we don't
You
say
said
baby, we
sweet
don't
or
say
sticky.
sweetie, we just say hun. Come here, hun. Come here, kiss, hun. You know,
What's
stuff
up,
like that.
hun? What's up, hun?
It's short for
I
honey.
know. I know.
Dr.
Yeah,
I
my
think I
Honey.
only called probably like
Dr.
two men daddy. And it wasn't to look at them like my dad, but it was just
What?
like, I don't
Cause you
know.
was in the
It's
moment.
yeah, and
Y'all
it's
was
it's sexy when you like doing it, like I don't know.
Girl,
Like it's
That is not sexy,
thank
daddy.
no,
you.
like
Exactly.
Please.
you never just looked
but
at
Say
them
you
when
Kiana,
they
wouldn't
you
do
like
that,
this.
kid.
Okay, daddy.
Okay, daddy.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm too goofy. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna say, okay, daddy. Why would I say that? I'm
right.
too
Like,
goofy. I'm
what in the
not
world?
calling that. No.
I
I
wish I
Yeah,
can't.
was
I'm
a
with
girl.
you. I'm with you and Key. I don't think it's bad in the moment. I think it's
yeah,
bad if you walk around in the supermarket talking about daddy, come over here.
right,
Like I
yeah,
feel like
no, I'm
that's
not doing
weird.
that. Right.
Yeah.
I
Now,
ain't
you
calling
can
that.
tell two that call they baby, they
Right.
daddies in the
You can
moment.
tell. You can tell what you say. That.
Weezy.
yeah.
But not
Absolutely.
Yeah.
me.
I,
But yeah,
No,
I don't know how y'all
I
feel about
can't.
the daddy issues. What you was
me
about to
I
say,
neither.
Jazz?
can't.
No, I was. Oh
They be
yeah,
having.
I mean, that can be true for to some, but it be fathers that's in their daughters' lives and they daughters still turn out like you would think that their father wasn't around. So I don't
Mm.
know. It
You would
depends
Ho.
think
on
they had
the person,
daddy
I
Yeah,
guess.
it depends because I think here is different. I feel like we got the same mother and father, and we both didn't have our same father in our life. But I feel like with her, she be looking for father figures in her men. Whereas with me, I don't care about men. Like I act like I treat men, not all men, but I treat them like whatever. Because
Because of
I
your
don't
father,
expect
right?
nothing. I don't expect nothing from men. Like so, because my
Because of
dad
your
wasn't
father.
there, so I never really expected much from a man. But I think it go hand in hand when it comes to daddy issues.
Well, I don't really look for a father figure because I don't feel like I really had like too much daddy issues because he was there, but he wasn't there. And it's like, I just grown to know, like my mother never bashed him like, oh, your father this, your father that. Like she never like said anything. I grown to know who the person he was. So it's not like, oh, go look for a man that you want to be like your father because he was never really, he was never really, he was there, but he wasn't there like at
What
the
the
same
hell?
time. Like he was like he had come for like little stupid stuff. Like he had come for little
ah,
stuff, but like
Look,
he
that
was
tickle kicky.
yeah, no, but like what I'm
No,
saying is
you
not there
understand? No,
like to not
stop.
there to like bomb me nothing or like there for I'm just saying like if I call him, I can speak to my father. Like he was there, like
Uh,
I had a relationship with him where it wasn't like I don't know who my father is. Like I had a relationship with him, but I wasn't using that as to go find a man and that I wanted to be like my father. No, that's nasty. I
But
don't want to look for no
Not
man.
saying it like that, but I'm saying you. I feel like you be looking for. How do I put like you?
but Kiana, I think women that look for men because they got daddy issues don't really go into it thinking that they have daddy issues. Like subconsciously, not saying that, oh, I got daddy issues, I'm going to find a man like my father, but subconsciously, when you look to men, you do look to men that give you like that father figure feeling. And it's not so much, you probably not even conscious of doing it because
Like
a lot of them
protect
do it,
me,
not even
Hell
like
no.
protect
I
me like a
right.
I
man.
never
Like
had
I
it,
look
so
at it like that.
that's what I'm saying. Our
nah.
relationship is different because I never had that, so I don't know how that is. So when it comes to my relationship, I don't look for that because I never knew what that was. So it's like I never was subconscious. Like I never knew that at all. So I'm never going to look for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with me, I don't feel like it's more so with the fault. I just feel like I always look for a man to protect me, treat me how a woman's supposed to be treated. Like I always just look for stuff like that, like what a man is supposed to do, like how we talked about before, like what men is really supposed to do.
Back to
That's
the
how I look for a man.
man.
And once I find a boy, I know the difference between a boy and a man. It's not so much like with daddy issues. I don't feel like with me. I
Mm.
never really felt that way. I just felt like treat me how I feel like a man should like any I could watch a man on TV treating somebody. I want to be treated like a man supposed to treat a woman, not like how a little boy treat a woman because little boys don't know what to do really sometimes. Like they just
That's the
there and
truth.
all they want to do is just have sex. They don't really want to do what it is a man's supposed to do. So that's what I always look for. I always look for a man. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Don't say
yeah.
that, Kia Bia.
No,
Vanessa,
for real.
what you look for?
Mm.
The man
What
I
you be
got,
looking for?
the man I
Right?
got.
I'm not gonna look for
Cause
nothing.
no,
I'm
no,
saying before that.
no,
What you?
Prior. She mean
no.
prior to
I didn't
that.
know what I was looking for, to be honest. Cause baby, I was doing me. Like I was a player. You know what I'm saying? I was doing me. I didn't have no kids. I didn't have nobody to watch. I wasn't paying no bills. So I was doing me. So I didn't
Just
know.
moving with the flow.
I didn't. Yeah, I was just moving along. Keeping it all right. But when I got with
Not all
the,
right.
it was like that was something I never experienced. I never
So
knew you
you
could
don't feel like you
to
never
be.
was in a relationship unhappy, but you stayed.
One time when I was getting abused, that was about it. Everything else
Mm.
was like a plaything to me. I didn't really. I mean, like when I was in a relationship, I took it serious. But when I was, you know, I always put. I was how I say. I always put my all into my relationship. I've been in a relationship like 5, 6 years. It's never been like no short term. So when I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. I love you. So it's just when
Mhm.
I got abused, that's when I felt content because I didn't want to. I wanted to be grown. I did not want to my daddy telling me when I can come in when, and then I go right over here and I had to think about it. Girl, you stupid because you still got to come home and you still got to. So I was really, I had to do some self reflection. Like many times I go in the bathroom and I cry and be like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, is any of your family members going through this? Like, do you have to take? I used to give myself a pep talk.
How long you stay with him?
I stayed with him about like probably about 6, 7 years,
Good
and I was
gosh.
first
Damn,
of all,
6, 7 years with a curfew? Damn.
and
Yeah.
it wasn't no curfew like that because I always was going to Kiki house. Like that was my go to. Let's go to Kiki house. Take the G
Yo, I'm
train,
crying.
go to Brooklyn, boom. You know what I'm saying? But far as in hanging out back out there, I didn't know nobody. I knew him and my father. I didn't have nobody when I got my friend Lizzie. That's when I started hanging out. But I didn't know nobody out there, so him and my father, that's all I knew
Well,
at that moment.
Jasmine, at least she had a curfew. The guy that I was with, the one that shot me, I couldn't go nowhere. I had to ask for permission.
Not give us free.
No,
I
I had
know
to ask
that
for permission.
feeling.
I had to be like, can I go to my mother house? Can I go
Oh
to the
no.
movies? Like I had to ask for permission. So at least you
You
had a
ever
curfew.
told, you ever
I was
told
about to
mommy
say, yeah, he
anybody
never
what you was
tripped
going
out.
through?
I didn't tell him what I was going through. And the crazy thing is, when I got shot, nobody knew why I got shot. For years, everybody thought I got shot standing at the bus stop sucking on a lollipop. Like that's how
I didn't
everybody
even
thought
know
I got
you got
shot.
shot. How you talking
Right?
about?
Everybody thought I was at the bus stop because this is the narrative that I put out there. That I was at because I didn't want him to get in trouble because I wanted to go back to him because I didn't want nobody to know that he the one that shot me because we still gonna be together.
Because you
You
protect
know?
Mhm.
So,
a lot of females protect them, protect the person.
huh?
I said a lot of females protect. That's your way of protecting.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what it was. I didn't want. I said it. I was at the bus stop, even to the point where the cops did a whole investigation and asking people that was at the bus stop at the time, and nobody saw nothing. The shop owners ain't see nothing, but here I am, talking. I got shot on DeKalb Avenue. Like, but all these stores, nobody saw nothing. No ambulance came to get you. But I'm still trying to protect him. But it was
But
just,
wait, did they get you from the bus stop?
girl,
Where
no.
was
He
it?
took me to the hospital. He took me himself.
Oh.
And he
Not
dropped you
stop
off and
yourself.
left?
Yourself.
No, he stayed, and he called my mother and I'm
He
talking
was
about I
there
got
when I
hit.
got there.
But yeah, but he gonna call
Not
my
shoot
mother and say,
and
"Whoa,
take you to the
yo,
thing.
Unique got hit," and they thinking but girl, when I came out into that emergency room, you would have thought I was on life support. It
Not even
was Grandma,
that.
Freddie, Gloria, my mother, Auntie Cal, Keisha, Tracy. The whole emergency room lobby was my family because he
Just so you
told them,
get shot in the foot.
and all I got was shot. But that's not what he said though. All he said was, "Yo, Unique got hit." You know, back in the day, hit me, you got shot. So nobody knew where I got shot at. But yeah, and I'm sitting there. He
Not
didn't do it,
even
but
you.
Aubrey said he knew it had something to do with it. He always said that. Even from that day, he said that nigga had something to do with it. I know he did. I know he did. And he did. But I ain't tell nobody till long after.
Yeah,
Because I'm
I
trying
And
to
grew.
see
protect
y'all, and see y'all good because you got two brothers. I would have been like, yo, go get that nigga. He shot me in the foot.
me. What is wrong with me? It ain't even what's wrong with him because I'm the problem. He gonna be
Right.
him. It's up to me to change me. And I was like, yo.
I had a dude tell me. He said I learned my lesson. That's when I really woke up. He said, you know why I beat your behind? I said, why?
Mm-mm.
He said, cause you allow me.
And
He
people
said, soon
do
as
Wow.
I,
that
That's
too.
true.
he
Yeah,
said, soon as I snapped you
yeah,
one time and you ain't
yeah,
checked me, I knew right
yeah.
Yep.
then I was able to beat your ass. I said, well, damn, that's some honesty
And
right
you
there.
So
say,
after, so after
That's
he told
true.
you that, right? And then he hit you again. You didn't fight back to
I
show
still
him
didn't.
like,
And at
No,
that
she
time,
still let him hit her.
yeah, I still stayed. And at that time, I think I was, no, I was like 16. I was a runaway. So yeah, I had to have somewhere to go. So I rather, I've been like
Like
So,
a man gonna
two.
always do what you allow him to do.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh
he
yeah.
told
yeah,
me. He said, yeah, I do. Like that's why
I do it
you
because
ain't
you
checked me
let
the first
me.
time.
But that's
He
what
said,
That's
every
some
yeah.
not
truth for your ass right there. That's some
And
truth.
then when
yes.
Joe Enough wake up when he got his ass whooped by a nigga, I said, so you whooping on my behind, and he tearing you up over
And
here.
you can't
Oh,
fight.
I'm a different kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Cause ain't no way.
ain't no
I just see
way.
you get towed up over here. You
Yeah.
don't come here and whoop
Ain't
my ass.
nowhere in the world
I
for people
treated him like a,
to.
I treated him like a bitch. Then he
Yeah.
go wash my clothes.
Mm-mm.
You know what's so crazy? Because
Yeah.
I commend y'all for, that and being strong in those relationships. But I'm sorry, it can never be. I remember I tried to take up for a friend one time and almost got into it with her person that she was with.
Yeah,
And I was looking like, why I'm defending this person and you going back to him. I
right.
supposed
Yeah,
to just
because
mind
that's
my
what
business because
happens.
I almost got into a real bad situation.
Yeah.
And I'm over here defend because I can't be a witness to I can't see nothing like that in front of me. So I'm gonna automatically
Or they'll
not mind my
kill you.
business and try to defend my friends, especially if we've locked in like this and we real friends. I'm not gonna sit there and let a man hit on you or beat on you or pull a gun out on you or do all this type of thing. So I used to always try to defend people, and people will still go back into being with it. And still to
but,
today, will still go
And
back into
that's how
being
it
with
but
it.
like
always
you,
be. That's how sometimes you got to mind your business.
And I
and
learned that now in a
Yeah.
relationship, like
Because
my
you'll be the
leave
one
other
that
people
get killed or
relationships.
hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
leave other people relationships alone
Hmm.
because it takes for their mindset to be ready to leave that person. Like you can't
Exactly.
just keep forcing nobody or keep saying, "Yo, sis, you can't do this no more." Like you need to leave this person. Da da da. They'd be like, "Yeah, you right," and cry to me. We be drinking, we cry together, and the next thing you know, 2 days later, you back. And I just be like, "You know what? I give up. I'm not even gonna put myself in your relationship no more because that's your business. I'm gonna just have to pray for you and just hope I don't see you on the news. That's it."
Damn.
But
For
Well,
real, because it be getting crazy.
I think that's the reason why, as y'all call it, I'm so mean now. Because growing up, I was messed over and fucked up so for so long. I was the nicest person in the world, just the sweetest pie. But then after the light bulb came on, I said, "Man, hell with that shit." I started checking people. I mean, I'll check you in a
Everybody,
minute. I don't care who the hell you is.
Gangsta
But if you coming at me
cashiers.
unfulfilling.
fucked up, I'm coming at you fucked up. And I think that's the reason why I do that now. And my husband always say, "Why are you so mean? Why are you so
your
rude?" And I
mom,
don't mean to be. I really don't. I don't
your,
mean to be.
your mom,
But
Love
I don't know. Maybe it came from that, from me
And that
being.
has something to do with it, though.
but
That could
Yeah.
make you
when
become
people, when
angry.
people, before they even mean to her though.
It's
Sometimes.
just
No, I'm not.
automatic.
No,
Like
I'm
No,
not.
yes,
sometimes, but
yes, you are.
but
Mhm.
sometimes it could just be automatic. Like people, you could be abused so much, and that just like you traumatized. So automatically, it's a trigger. Like anything triggers you. Somebody
Yeah,
could say the stupidest thing. You just be like, "Yo, what?" Like it's just a trigger. Like you just
yeah,
want
Yeah,
to just go crazy because you've been
yeah,
abused so much or you've been
Right.
yeah.
traumatized so much that you
And
just
you've
like,
been
You
nah,
took
quiet
so
for
much
too
shit
long.
from
yeah.
people. Yeah,
You've been quiet for
hmm
too long, and now I'm not quiet no more. And I'm not gonna be quiet about nothing. So it don't matter
hmm
what it
exactly,
is.
hmm
exactly.
But what
Yeah.
time is it, Kia?
It's time for that tea with the V.
All right.
VV,
What you
Yeah,
take
got
us
yeah.
to the
Got
for
for us
TV.
Get
today.
into it. Okay, I'm B with the T, and I wanna bring up ASAP Rocky of not being guilty of accused of shooting at his friend and how he jumped over the bitch to hug his old lady. So take it out on
Okay.
that.
Okay.
He heard.
How y'all
What
feel about
happened?
that?
What
He
was he? Go ahead.
He was found not guilty because the person that was on the stand, basically the witness, lied about the everything that was going on. So the judge basically just found him not guilty of all the charges. They dropped everything, and he hugged Rihanna because she was in the back, and I think she had a witness. She had a statement too. She told the statement to the DA and yeah, all that.
He
But
So
hugged her. He jumped
it
over her
wasn't
when
even
he
a real gun, right? It was a prop
yeah,
gun,
he
right?
lied. The friend, so the witness
Yeah,
lied on
it
the stand.
wasn't even a real.
They
Yeah,
had no choice but to drop
How
all the
long
charges.
he was going to court for this?
He
not
just
long. It
About a
just
couple of
started,
weeks.
but
he
I
Uh,
want to say
wasn't
about
going. That was just
a
like
week or
day
two.
or something like that
yeah, he
trial.
wasn't.
He
But if
wasn't
he would
even.
have been found guilty, he was facing 24 years. Though I tell you
Yeah.
the way
that.
he hugged Rihanna is the way that remember when that boy jumped over to get that judge?
He
He hugged
attacked
Yes,
the judge.
Rihanna. He hugged
no,
Yeah.
Rihanna
yes.
but
just like
he
that.
hugged her like she paid off the judge to tell him he was not
No, but
guilty.
they
He
were
went.
saying that the other day was the first time she brought the kids to court. They said she was trying to persuade the jury and
No,
stuff
she had a
like
lot
that.
to do with that. Rihanna. I mean, we
Yeah,
know
that's
she
what
had a lot to do with
I
that.
think so
She had to
too.
That's who
check
she
Yeah.
is.
somebody. She had to
She had
check
a lot.
somebody today when somebody gonna ask, "How you feel about your close friend
She
dying?"
told the
Yeah,
man and said,
how
"How
you
would you
feel?
feel?"
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
don't ask that
Yeah.
dumbass
That was
Nah,
question.
I love Rihanna. I
everybody.
love Rihanna.
Everybody. Nicki Minaj reposted it. Who else? There's like a couple of celebrities reposted.
I'm
It was like thank God. Even what's her name? The older lady.
Oh,
I'm happy for them
oh, the
though.
celebrity.
Yeah,
Hmm.
me too.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is the older celebrity?
Yeah, she even posted him. Mm-hmm.
Nah, I
Yeah.
like them a lot.
He didn't
I
even
love
want her to
Everybody
come to
reposted.
Rihanna.
the. He didn't even want her to come to the court dates. They say he
Yeah.
didn't want her to
No,
come
but
to.
Rihanna went to the court dates, every court date.
I
Yeah,
know,
you
She
but
know
he
was
she
didn't
was
want
there.
her.
coming. He didn't want her to come, but
He
she
didn't
knew
want
she
her
was
to
coming.
go. He didn't want her to go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Are they
Well,
secretly married?
They
They are
probably.
married.
they
They are
married. Yeah.
married. They
They,
They
got
really
they,
are.
married.
Hmm.
I heard they were secretly married. Yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a secret. They went to Barbados and
Yeah,
did
I'm
it.
about to say they got married
Really?
over there in
Yeah,
Barbados.
they went to
Yeah.
Barbados and did that.
hmm
I mean, it
Yeah, I
makes
like them
sense.
together.
Me
But they
too.
always in Manhattan. They
And they
Yeah.
always
was
in
joking.
Manhattan.
They was like, "Oh, they about to have their baby girl today."
For real.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said
and they
Rihanna gonna
might
be
do.
pregnant after
That's
that
right.
hug.
I hope they do. I hope they do. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Shout
Well,
out to Rihanna
I
we
ASAP.
salute you,
Yeah.
ASAP. You missed that bit, my brother.
know
She
that's
God.
right.
did.
Yeah. But before I take us out, do you guys got any advice to any of the ladies out there about being unhappy in a relationship or in a friendship or in a marriage? Like just any advice to them out there that y'all want to say, just don't stick around just because. Like actually be there to be happy or just call it
You
quits.
got to
You
push
said
I
it.
would,
till
You said
you
it.
get it right.
yeah, right.
Yes, just
I would
go and you.
say, yeah, I would say don't feel like you are stuck, like Kid said. Don't feel like you're stuck because believe me, that was me 20 years ago and I'm thriving now. So you're not stuck and things will get better and you will be able to thrive on your own. So don't feel like you have to be stuck in that relationship for whatever reason you're still there because things are going to be better on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
and I would say this: learn all you can learn from that guy, and
All good.
Mhm.
save your money, so you'll be in a position that if you want to walk, you can walk.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
And
not even
don't
about saving your money. Start over as many times as you need to. As long as you know you taking that next step to be better or whatever, then start
Mhm.
over. It's
Yeah.
fine.
don't take. You don't have to take nothing you don't want to. If you feel like you got to leave them right then you leave them right then. You ain't got to take nothing. Cut them off at the kneecap. Boom. I ain't doing this. If you feel like don't go with your cup of tea, then don't do it. Like my girl, what her
Yeah,
name,
and
Margie
don't
Hart.
settle
She
females
don't play
or
with.
men. Both of y'all just don't. I feel like nobody should be settled in there. 2025. You ain't gotta settle. You ain't gotta stay because of the what some person can offer you or what the person's giving you. It's everybody got the same 24 hours. Go out there, make your own money on.
There you
Boss
go.
up. Everybody need to boss up. Do what they gotta do.
Yep.
And
And
everybody
also,
be happy. Live
and
for
also
yourself.
yeah, and don't stay either just because of the kids. Your kids got to be happy. You got to be happy.
F them
But
kids. You can't be a happy person, a happy mother, if you can't be a happy person. You never gonna be
That F
happy.
them kids.
Cause your kids
I'm just
don't
saying.
know. They know their parents. They know when their attitude
You
shift
can't
and
be a
change.
happy mother if you're not a happy person. Your happiness
These
comes first.
kids ain't
That's right.
So
slow.
if I can't be happy to myself, I can't be happy to my kid. And that's
Right.
just that.
And I also
I
want to
believe
give
you, but not F the kids.
a relationship
F them
goal.
kids.
If you're not ready to move forward, get into yourself first and then move forward with somebody else. And when you do end up moving forward, always stay open. Like don't hold nothing in. Tell the truth from the beginning. Have great
Mm-hmm.
conversations and just be there for the next person. Like don't always just bring just yourself. Like try to see what the other person could bring also and try to hear how they feel about certain things. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's
No,
just how
just
I
don't
feel.
settle. Don't settle. Don't settle.
Dream
Don't
deep.
settle. Don't settle.
Yeah. So
Okay.
y'all
Wear
know
my
Yeah.
what
crown.
time it is, ladies.
Real
Grab
women
those
hold each other down.
crowns.
Share
Bam, bam.
stories,
Never keep
real, raw,
them
and proud.
tilted. Always keep
Let's
them
talk about what's
adjusted.
going down.
And
Yeah,
drink
we wear
that
our
And make
dawn.
sure
crowns
y'all
up.
like, share, comment, and subscribe to us. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, you name it. No crowns
We
tilted.
got.
I
That's the
wear my
podcast,
crown.
ladies.
And we
And
want to
raise
hear
your,
Women
those
hold each other
comments.
down.
we
Comments,
definitely want to
please.
hear those
Stories,
comments.
real, raw,
So
and
raise
And
the
go
proud.
get
glass
some money.
Let's
with
talk
the
about
ladies
what's
with
going
class. Until
down.
Raise
next
the
time,
class.
ladies.
Raise the
We are
class.
crowns. Real things how it goes
Shut it
down.
Crown
down.
just
Bam.
came off.
We wear our crowns up.
Ooh, that's dawn is strong.
Javin look like she
Yeah,
in
we
Dubai.
wear our crowns up. Yeah, I wear my crown. Real women hold each other down. Share stories, real, raw, and proud. Let's talk about what's going down. Yeah, we wear our crowns up.